Welcome to the Boosting Business Breakthroughs podcast, where coaches gain the confidence, motivation, and expertise to make their next business breakthrough. I am your host, Lori Young, certified master marketer, business growth coach, and all-around truth teller. Breakthroughs can come with flashes of absolute clarity, sudden shifts in mindset, learning new skills, changes in habits, or anything else that changes the course of your coaching business. So if you're ready to be inspired and break through to your next level of growth, let's go. Welcome to episode 11 of the Boosting Business Breakthroughs for Coaches podcast. I am really excited today. We are going to be diving into the world of YouTube advertising. This is a topic that I'm super excited to learn about. And we will be kind of looking at like, how do we use YouTube ads to find and target like ready buyers? And hopefully if we have time, we'll be able to get into like what is required to write a really highly engaging and converting YouTube ad. So I'm going to introduce our speaker today. Marcus Svedin, an industrial electrician, switched careers after a knee injury. He found his way into advertising, starting with Facebook, and shortly after moved into YouTube advertising. Marcus Svedin and Ben Jones co-founded Titan Marketer, a digital marketing agency that specializes in optimizing sales processes and YouTube video advertising. They have helped over 500 business owners add an additional 6 to 7 figures to their businesses using YouTube ads. So welcome, Marcus, to the show today. Why don't we start and just maybe share a little bit about your business, about yourself, kind of how you stumbled into specializing in YouTube ads.
Yeah, so basically, Time Marketer was founded kind of after I busted my knee. So I was at a indoor trampoline arena slash death trap of a place.
Okay.
And and I took my son there. I think he was 10 at the time. This is 2019, I think it was.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm a dad, right? I got 4 kids. I'm physically 39. Mentally, I'm like 14, right? So
okay, yeah,
I'm jumping on these trampolines with my son, right?
Right.
And forgetting that I'm no longer 14 years old,
Right.
and so I jumped from one trampoline to this other trampoline, and when I came down, I landed funny, and my knee went to go dislocate,
Oh.
and it just like shredded all the ligaments in my knee, right? Just like, yeah.
Wow.
Worst pain I've ever had in my life. Anyways.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do my job as an industrial electrician anymore.
Okay.
And so I was dabbling in Facebook advertising for a little bit before this. And my friend Ben, he was like, hey, come and work for me, like help me with some of my stuff and this and that. And so I helped him with some of his other businesses, and then started helping some of his friends had their own businesses, so I started helping them with Facebook ads. And then one day, Ben and I were just like, why don't we just join forces, right?
Okay.
And so we started Titan Marketer, and we weren't always YouTube ads. So we started off teaching and doing like Google search ads and display ads, like the whole Google Trinity, like we
Right.
did display, search, and YouTube, but it's mostly around search.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we thought most people wanted. Right?
Okay.
And then we did this program for about, 3-4 months, and about that time, we realized everyone wanted to know about YouTube. Now, we'd been doing YouTube for ourselves, but we didn't really specialize in it,
Got it.
And so we're just like, well, niches are in the riches. I mean, riches are in the niches.
Yes.
So let's just niche down to this YouTube stuff, and we'll just do YouTube. And so we just started doing that, and it just took off, right? Because because we found a lot of our clients are coaches, right? Like a lot of our students, they're all coaches and consultants, and it's all mostly lead gen, mostly lead gen.
Yeah, that's cool. Like we actually have the same audience. All of my clients, I think I would talk to you before we started here that, my agency deals in primarily organic marketing, website development, launch management services, content marketing, but no paid advertising at all.
Yeah.
And we deal with coaches as well. So I'm excited to hear that you like work with a lot of coaches. So I know that everything that you share today is going to be very valuable.
That's it. And so we just dove in this YouTube and just never looked back. Like, and
Awesome.
It's just taken off. And yeah, that's kind of the story of how we started and got YouTube, really.
Yeah. That's cool. So before we like kind of dive into like YouTube and all of that, like talk to me a little bit about a business breakthrough that you've had. Like, everyone kind of goes through their business and it goes, in phases, and there's all kinds of different shifts and things that happen, right? And one of the things that I really like to highlight, because I just think it's important to listen to each individual person's like breakthrough, because it's so different. Like there's so many different things that we can talk about that create breakthroughs. So share with me like a business breakthrough that you've had that kind of just created a shift in your business.
So we used to do agency, right? We used to do agency, and so we kind of like we were kind of like hybrid. So we did agency as well as the coaching model.
Got it.
And I don't know. One day we just like, let's just not do agency anymore. Like,
okay,
let's just do coaching, because we much prefer coaching, and we found that people valued the coaching a lot better than they did agency, and they got better results than they did with agency. And the reason being is because a lot of business owners, they don't know how to manage their traffic. So they go to other agencies. Now, organic's a bit different than paid ads, but if you don't control your traffic, right? Then you don't. In my opinion, you don't control your business, because if you don't have traffic, you don't have a business,
right?
And so we just decided to switch to just coaching and not do agency, and that has really made a difference, not just to our business, because the lifetime value of a coaching client is worth a lot more than an agency client.
I see.
But also to like my own personal sanity in life. Like, it's just, there's just so much the coaching relationship to the agency relationship with a client is completely different. Like, completely different.
Right.
And so that was probably the biggest change that we made, was we just dropped agency.
Got it.
We still do have an agency, but it's just like you have to be spending like $20,000 a month.
Got it. So you do it for just like the big clients.
Or select few. Most of them are just friends of ours.
Okay, got that, understood. Yeah, but I think it's important that you align your offers with who you are and like what lights you up and what makes you happy. Otherwise, you feel really drained and burnt out in your business.
100%.
Yeah.
Like always, when we do our presentations, like our live presentations, we always say, look, as entrepreneurs, we're in it for two things: fun and profit. If we're not having fun, that sucks. If we're not making profit, we're definitely not having fun.
Right, exactly.
The fun and profit we're all about.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So where do we start? Like, what's the best place to like dive into this whole space of YouTube ads?
Okay. So before you start doing YouTube ads, okay, you need to have a proven sales process, right?
Okay.
What I mean by that is you've been running, say, Facebook ads, right? Because we've always found that if you've been running Facebook ads for quite some time now, or for a little while. Just say you're spending a couple grand a month on Facebook ads, for example. We have found that if that's working for you, then YouTube ads will work for you also.
Okay.
Now, it's not saying if you haven't running Facebook, YouTube ads won't work for you, right? But we've just found a connection that if you can get Facebook ads to work for you really well, then YouTube ads work for you really well. Because for example, all of our agency clients who are spending like $10,000, $12,000 a month on Facebook, we put YouTube ads into their environment, and it just picks off. It just works.
Skyrockets.
And so because you have a proven sales process that converts cold audiences to warm audiences, to leads.
Okay.
Right? And so that's probably the biggest indication that YouTube ads work for you. Now, if you want to get started into YouTube ads, obviously you're going to need some kind of sales process, whether it's book a call, or we're running a webinar, we're doing live events, or whatever it may be. Okay. Now, your offer that you're saying the sales process, your offer usually probably wants to be above $1,000.
Okay.
And the more the merrier. Right? So the higher, like, for example, we would sell a $10,000 product off a 1-hour phone call that came off of a book a call funnel.
Okay.
Right? So they take our ad, and then they book a call with us about YouTube ad strategies, and then we would offer them one of our $10,000 products, right?
Right.
And so, and the numbers work really well for that. So the more your offer is worth, right, the higher the lifetime value of your client is worth, the better.
Right.
So you need to have a sales process that works. Now, what you don't need is fancy schmancy equipment to shoot your ad. Okay. All you need is a phone.
Okay.
Right? Like a wireless mic. Right? We like the Rode Go 2s. Right? I think DJI came out with a new microphone as well. It's super sexy.
Okay.
And a gimbal. So the DJI anti-shake, the gimbal, like you hold your hand and it holds the phone and it keeps it nice and stable. Okay. That's it. That's all you need. That's all as far as tech goes. A lot of people, they think, oh, I need fancy lighting and all this different equipment and whatnot. No. Now, the reason why you don't want that kind of stuff is because when you come across on a YouTube ad and it's shot on the phone and that kind of thing, it makes you more authentic. Right? And one of the things that people these days crave is authenticity. Right? Because there's so much freaking fakeness going on. Yeah. Right? So if you come across as authentic, it also builds that relationship of trust, so that you're a bit more like, you're not a freaking insurance company commercial or Coca-Cola commercial. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's all you need as far as equipment goes. Okay. Now, when it comes to scripting, your script is obviously your most important part. Right. Now, the way we script our ads, is a format that goes hook, elevator pitch, story, close. Okay. Now, your hook, it's the most important part of the entire video. Right. And it's what makes people listen or stop listening, right? Exactly. Right. And each section of your script needs to be pushing the person towards the next part of the script. So the hook pushes people towards the elevator pitch. Elevator pitch pushes the story. The story pushes people towards the close. Okay. Now, your hook, it needs to call out to your target audience. Okay. You need to know who your avatar is. Right. I can't even count how many people are coming to our program and we say, who's your avatar? And they don't know. I'm like, how? Yeah. It's very generic. Like entrepreneurs or women or moms
or it's
Yeah,
like, it's just so generic. And it's like, okay, it has to be like very specific.
exactly. So, for example, right, my business partner Ben, he runs another business called Youth in Business, and
Mm-hmm.
in Youth in Business he teaches kids how to start their own businesses and run their own businesses
Okay.
before they leave high school. Right, it's fully sick. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
basically, he has three avatars. Okay, he has the homeschool mom, he
Okay.
has
Mm-hmm.
the entrepreneurial mom,
Mm-hmm.
and he has the corporate mom. Right
Okay. Mm-hmm.
now, the corporate mom, right, really wants to send their kids to like high end schools and have them be the best of the best and that sort of thing,
Right.
right? Whereas the homeschool mom believes the education system's a crock of crap,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
Now you can't speak to the homeschool mom the same way you speak to the corporate mom, and you can't
No.
speak to the corporate mom the same way you speak to the entrepreneurial mom.
Right.
So you really have to know who your avatar is. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So once you have your avatar, then you want to do your hook. And your hook is speaking out to your avatar, right? Now you can hook them with specific benefits or with speaking out to what their wants, their frustrations are,
Right.
right? So, for example, one of my favorite hooks
Mm-hmm.
is your Facebook advertising turning your hair 50 shades of gray, right?
Okay.
Maybe you should try YouTube ads. So, in that quick
Okay.
sentence, right?
Right.
I'm speaking out to people who are already running Facebook ads,
And are frustrated.
are frustrated, and then I'm putting the idea of YouTube ads in their mind.
Right. It's like, aha, here's your
Exactly.
solution. Right.
Exactly. Or
Mm-hmm.
like, for example, like if you're like we target a lot of coaches or lead generation, right?
Okay.
So one of my other ones is, would you like to generate leads so hot that they burn a hole in your inbox? Okay.
Okay.
So we're targeting people who are doing lead generation, right? Maybe try
Mm-hmm.
YouTube ads. So that's kind of the hook. You're like calling out the person you want to talk to.
Right. And
Um,
these would be hooks that you would use to target coaches.
correct. Well, correct. So I mean,
Yes.
we work with
Yeah.
anyone that really does lead generation, right?
Right.
So
Right.
a local business or solo
Yeah.
business.
Someone that is looking for leads in their business.
Exactly.
And they're frustrated with like not being able to find leads or to get the right kind of leads, and they're looking for a solution.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so then that moves us to the elevator pitch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, an elevator pitch is basically about 20 seconds, 25 seconds long. Now, the hook goes for 5 seconds. Right?
Okay.
Because that's the amount of time you have before someone hit that skip button.
Got it.
Right, on the YouTube ad.
Right.
The next part is called the elevator pitch. And the elevator pitch goes for about 20, 25 seconds. And this is where you don't pitch to them your products and services, but you're more like qualifying who you are and what you do and how you can help them. Right.
Right.
So, for example, the reason why we call it an elevator pitch is because, just say, for example, you're headed to work, right, and your boss is on like the top level of your building, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get an elevator, you go talk to him, and as you go to get out, he gets in the elevator with you, right?
Right.
And so you have from the top of the building to the bottom of the building to tell him why he should pay attention to you or what it may be.
Right.
That's what we call an elevator pitch.
Okay.
So this goes about 30 seconds, 20, 25 seconds around there. And you'd say, so what we say in ours is, hi, my name is Marcus Svedin, and I help, coaches, consultants, or whoever it is I'm targeting, right? That specific ad. Add an additional 6 to 7 figures to their business using simple YouTube ads just like this. And in the next 90 seconds, I'm going to show you, how YouTube ads can target, the right person at the right time who has the ability to invest in your services.
Okay.
Right. Or something to that effect.
Right.
Right. So I'm telling them who I am, why they should listen to me, and what I do. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then what are they going to get out of the video if they continue to watch?
Right.
And so that's the elevator pitch. And then you have the story. And the story, this is where you deliver the value.
Okay.
Now, don't deliver bull crap value. Like don't deliver like generic, value. Like actually give them value, right? So we actually talk about the targeting options inside YouTube and that sort of thing, right? So what you then want to do then, you go from the story where you deliver value. That goes from maybe about 90 seconds, 2 minutes, somewhere around there. And then you have the close.
Okay.
Now the close is also really important. So what happens is a lot of people when they finish an ad, right? They go, so to book a call, click on the button below, or to find out more, click on the button below, or to discover more, whatever.
Right.
Boring. That's boring. Right? Okay. You want to sell the click. You want to sell it. Right?
Okay.
Don't be boring and say some, nonsense.
Everyday thing. There's something that,
You need to sell the click. So what you do is, what do they want? Okay. So if you'd like to add an additional, so if you'd like to discover more on how YouTube ads can add an additional 6 to 7 figures to your business, simply click on the link below and you'll be taken to a page that looks like this, where this is where you'll show your landing page on the video, right? So you take to a page like this, where you can, book your call. You can find out more, where you can, book your reserve your seat at our event, whatever it may be. Okay. So you want to sell the click. So if you want to get this benefit,
right.
So if you want to avoid this pain point, right?
Right.
Click on the link below. Click below,
right.
And I'll show you how. I'll show you more. And so you sell the click on the close. Now this whole process goes for about 2-3 minutes.
2-3 minutes. Okay. Now, do you recommend, okay, so let's talk about coaches, right? Let's just hypothetically talk about a coach that maybe has I'm just throwing out something like a mindset program, right? And it's, $4,000 or $5,000.
Yeah.
Do you recommend that the YouTube ad, it goes directly to the sales page for the mindset program? Like, is a YouTube ad enough to go to like a high ticket price item like that? Or do you recommend that a YouTube ad goes to, for instance, let's say a 60-minute webinar that they are going to introduce concepts about mindset, and then in that webinar they're going to sell their mindset, their $4,000 or $5,000 mindset program?
Yeah. So if you're selling a $4,000 or $5,000 product, people will want to talk to someone.
Right.
Like, there's no way on this green earth I'm going to go from an ad to buying a $4,000 product.
Exactly. Right.
No way. You need to build that relationship. You need to warm them up first. Right. Perfect example is, we used to run a book a call funnel, right?
Okay.
And we would get people on the call, and we would close pretty well, right? But we decided to do a split test, right? And then we just go straight to book a call. So there was no video, no VSL on the page, nothing like that. It was just a long form copy on the page where it's just headline, sub-headline, an image with some, checklist of what they'll get and blah, blah, blah. And then a bit about, who we are and what they'll get, and just, value on the page.
And no price.
No price. Because here's the thing.
Because it's high.
This is really, really important. Okay. People need to understand that you cannot be you don't want to sell your program in your ad. You don't want to sell your program on your landing page. Okay. You don't even talk about your program on your landing page. Okay. See this all the time, especially with coaches, man.
Right.
Okay. What you want to do, okay, the ad is all about the click and getting them to the landing page. Okay. You sell the click in the ad. The landing page is all about the call, or the webinar or whatever it may be. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then so you don't talk about your program or your system or your 8 steps or whatever it is. Okay?
Right.
Because coaches love their systems, man. Let me tell you for
Right.
free. So your landing page is about selling the opt-in, right? For the webinar, for the call, whatever it is. Okay.
Okay.
On your call, on your webinar, that's when you sell your program.
Okay.
That's where you sell it. Now, you want to okay, so what I was doing? Oh yeah. So what we did, right, getting back to when we were doing book a call,
Mm-hmm.
what we did was we stuck a training video, like a 30-minute training video.
Got it.
On our confirmation page.
Mm-hmm.
Right? At the very top. Hey, before your call, make sure you watch this. So to get the most out of your call, make sure you watch this video first.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we found that people who watched that video, it increased our conversion rate by 20%.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? Because when they came to the call, they were already educated. We already given heaps of value about YouTube ads.
Right.
So they came to the call a lot warmer.
Right.
So you want to warm them up first before you start asking for magic digits. Okay?
Right.
And start asking, exactly. And so 100%. And a lot of times people talk about the programs in the ad or the program in the landing page. No.
Okay.
No. Not want to do
so
that.
on a book a call landing page,
Yep.
Let's just use again this mindset program.
Yep.
What are they talking about on that book a call landing page then? If they're not talking about their program.
Yep. What do you get on the call? What do you get on the call? The landing page is all about selling the call. That's what it's all about.
So like whatever the person is going to get from the call.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
What am I going to get? And what you want to do is you want to give them something. Like
Got it.
Tangible.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So some type of mini transformation.
Yeah, exactly. So some people like, oh, well, you'll discover, like how to break through, a stagnant mindset or whatever it may be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's great, but usually people want to leave with something tangible.
Right.
It could be, a little mini program or something they can put into their business or put in their mindset, into their day straight away.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You want to get these cool little affirmation things or whatever it may be. I'm not 100% sure, but
right.
They want to be walking away with something.
Right.
About like proper value. But that doesn't take your time or cost you anything. Right.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
So with us, they'd walk away with like some of our templates or some of our checklists and they'd walk away with a marketing calculator so they can look at their numbers and mess around. And so we actually gave them some actual, things that they can take.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And so, so that's what we're doing on the call. So make sure it's all about value on the call. That's what we give them. Okay.
Right.
And that's what the landing page is all about. Selling the call. What they're going to get. Okay?
Right.
Don't talk about the program on the call.
On the landing page. Got it. Yes.
Can't stress that enough. Stress that enough.
Yeah, because they're not ready for it. They're not ready to invest in a $5,000 program.
That's it.
They don't even know you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't know who you are.
Right.
So, and then put a VSL. Like if you want, put a VSL on your confirmation page to warm them up. Again, the VSL on the confirmation page. Don't talk about the program.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Talk about the opportunities, the opportunity of the call, what happens in the mindset, and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
sure.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, I'll help you get unstuck from some particular, challenge that you're having or whatever.
We'll go through that. We'll go through this, and
yeah.
by the call, you'll be able to, Do you understand what your blockages are, where your bottlenecks are that's keeping you from succeeding in family, relationships, and business and life or whatever?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we understand kind of how to create that ad and kind of the process of the landing pages, the sales process. Talk to me a little bit about, if you're willing, like, how do you, like, I'm kind of familiar with like Facebook and Instagram ads and how that all works. Like, how does it work in YouTube in terms of like making sure that you're targeting the right people?
It's a great question. So what you want to do is you want to know where your people are hanging, where your dream humans are hanging out at,
Mm-hmm.
right? You know, like what channels they visit, what websites they visit, what search terms are they typing into Google search. So the targeting on YouTube is next to nothing, right? So, for example, just say you have a large competitor,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You can say to Google, because Google owns YouTube, right?
Right.
So and it's all on the same ad platform. So you can do Google ads, display ads, and YouTube ads all on the same Google ads platform.
Okay.
So you can say to Google, all right, Google, anyone that visits my competitor's website, right,
Mm-hmm.
or any site similar to that, I want to show my ads to those people. Right?
Okay.
So, for example, some of our best targeting options are CRM websites.
Okay.
Customer relationship management websites like Launchboard, Salesforce,
HubSpot, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And because the people who are using those softwares, people using those services, are almost always spending money on some sort of advertising, or they have a business, right?
Right.
And so we say to Google, all right, Google, anyone that visits these CRM websites or websites similar to these ones, we want to target those people.
Okay.
Or we say, okay, Google, anyone that types in these specific search terms in the Google search bar.
Okay.
We want to target those people on YouTube.
Okay.
Right. Or we can say, anyone that uses these apps in the Google App Store.
Okay.
Right? So we're a YouTube ads coaching program, right? Coaching business, right? Well, we target users of the Facebook ad app. All right. So anyone that uses the Facebook ads app, we'll throw an ad in front of them saying, hey, is Facebook ads driving you crazy?
Right.
Our YouTube ads.
Right.
You know? And so the targeting is insane. Oh, and then you can say, okay, I want to target people who visit these websites, but they're also in the top 30% of household income.
Okay.
Right? So basically, with clever targeting, you can target the right person at the time that they're, at a time where they're typing in how to into like a how to search term in Google search, or they're visiting specific websites. So you're targeting people who have the income to purchase your services.
Right.
You're targeting them at a time that they're looking for a solution to a problem or an answer to a question. Okay. And then you're able to target the right person through your messaging.
Right.
Okay. So, and then you're putting a 3-minute video ad in front of them.
Right.
Can't do that on any other platform.
And so these ads obviously pop up when a person is on the YouTube platform?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So if your ideal client avatar is not a user of YouTube or doesn't use YouTube very often, then YouTube ads obviously are not going to work very effectively.
No.
Okay.
But,
yes.
I mean, most people these days are on YouTube ads for news, entertainment, or education. So,
and what would be like the average, like, What do you think the average age is of YouTube users? Like, for instance, like, people have said to me, oh, why don't you try TikTok? And I'm like, TikTok? Like, I just think of like Gen Z, maybe millennials, like on TikTok. I could be totally wrong. Like, I feel like I'm too old for TikTok. To put my business on TikTok, for instance. Talk to me like I definitely know young people are on YouTube, but like, is there like an age of people that really aren't on YouTube?
I know that about 67% of 55 plus year olds are on YouTube.
Okay. Okay. That's a good number to know. Okay.
That majority, okay, the only person going off my own personal experience, like my grandmother's not really on YouTube, but my grandmother went through like World War II, like
right.
Nazis invaded Holland, which she was, so
yeah,
she's not really on YouTube. She's more on Facebook than on YouTube. But
right.
Looking at the stats that Google puts out, and it's not like 67% of 55 plus year olds are on YouTube.
Right? That's a pretty high number, actually.
And so most demographics, the highest target demographics are like 35 to 60-year-olds, right?
Okay.
Or something like that. Right.
Okay.
I mean, that's the age group with money,
right? Right.
It's not that area.
Of course. Right.
The vast majority of them are all on YouTube.
Okay.
At some stage during the day. So,
okay. Right.
I'm on YouTube a lot. I won't say a lot, but I'm on YouTube in the morning for a little bit, just catching up on news and all sorts. So yeah, I wouldn't say so. If people are worried about, oh, my demographic isn't on YouTube, that's a huge myth. It's a huge myth. I guarantee it, they're on YouTube.
Okay. All right. So if someone wants to try YouTube ads, okay, one thing you did say is that you recommend that they have at least tried Facebook and Instagram ads.
Yep.
And what do you recommend in terms of minimum dollar spend per month to be effective on YouTube?
So if you're first starting out, $1,000 a month.
$1,000 a month. Okay. So kind of similar to Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, $1,000 a month. And with $1,000, it's all about testing. Like, honestly, your first month or so is going to be all about testing ads, testing audiences, testing landing page copy and sales process stuff, all that kind of stuff, jazz, right?
Right.
It's all about testing, right? And because it's a data game, right? The more data you can collect, the more data that you can give the machine, the better your result you're going to have long term. So, for example, we went through our whole process. We have a few agency clients of ours that have been stuck with us for a number of years now. And it's exactly how we start out with them. We start with them, we spend a couple grand a month testing ads, testing audiences, fixing their landing page process, their sales process, the landing page and whatnot. They've been running the same ads for like 8 months.
Wow.
Right. Because we did all that initial groundwork.
Up front, yes.
Right. That's right. So, if you are willing to invest time and invest the resources in the beginning to find good ads, to make good ads, to find good audiences, to increase your conversion rate, your landing page, your messaging, it's going to pay off in the long run, maybe the medium to long term, big time.
Okay.
And, you can't set it and forget it, but pretty damn close.
Right. Once you get it all, once you get it tested and everything is working well. Okay. I only have 2 other questions. One is, once you get everything tested and you find that you're converting well, you've got the right audiences, what is the average cost per lead that you're paying on YouTube?
Oh, well, that's
vary?
A very, very broad question there. So it depends. It depends.
Okay.
It depends on what's constituted as a lead. So if you want to book a call lead, you could be paying up to $300 on that, right?
Woo. Okay.
Yeah, well, it depends. Like, it depends on how much your program is worth. Depends on how well you convert. So, like with us, we could spend, $500 a lead for one of our book of calls back in the day, and that was profitable for us.
Right, because you have a $10,000 program. You said
exactly.
right.
So, but I mean, if you're looking just for a name and email, phone number, you could be spending, if it's for like a webinar, $20, $30 a lead, somewhere around
$20, $30. Okay.
Again, it just depends on your.
So it's more expensive than Facebook and Instagram ads.
Not necessarily. So I have one client who's doing podcasting, how to do podcasting for profit, right?
Okay.
He's getting leads for like $10. Right?
Okay.
It's much cheaper. Like, I have another student. The twins, they run a photography coaching business out of Wisconsin, right? They're getting leads for like $3 on Facebook. We're getting them for $1.50 on YouTube.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it varies.
Yeah. Again, it just depends on targeting, messaging, landing page copy.
Right.
Like when Emily and Aaron came to us, the photography twins, right? When they came to us, their landing page, we saw a landing page like, dude, you should do this, like make these changes here and whatnot. And we basically reduced their lead cost by 30%.
Okay.
A few quick changes. So there's a lot of variables that go into lead cost.
Right. So as we've talked through this, we can tell that it's a somewhat complicated topic, and you need experience. Is running YouTube ads something that a coach could do on their own, or do you recommend that they hire an agency that specializes in running YouTube ads?
You could definitely run it on your own.
Okay.
But before you do that, right, I would get some education on it.
Okay.
Right? The reason being is, you can go to an agency for sure. I don't know a lot of agencies that run YouTube ads well. Okay.
Interesting.
Like they have YouTube ads in their arsenal of what they
things that they say they can do.
That's right. But most of the time, most of the agencies I've come across is they do Google search, they do Facebook, and those really good at those things, right? But they throw YouTube ads in there and they don't do it properly.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
And so I would do some education first.
Okay.
Right. So you could go to YouTube and look on YouTube how to do YouTube ads. Right. There's a whole heap of tutorials.
Right.
I even have a YouTube channel that talks about YouTube ads.
Yes, I have your link for that, so I will definitely pop that into the show notes.
Yeah. And so get some education first. And the reason why I say that is because if you just go straight to an agency and you say, oh, hey, I want to run some YouTube ads, they go, yeah, no worries. Okay. Now, I don't know how in-depth they get and they look at your scripts or if they look at your landing page and help you with that kind of stuff. Okay. But a lot of times, most agencies that I've dealt with before I started my own little thing was basically they just run your ad as is, they run your traffic, and if it doesn't convert, well, then it's your sales process problem.
Right. Okay.
So you want to be educated. Otherwise, you're going to be, I like to call it stupid tax. Okay. You're going to pay a lot of money on stupid mistakes.
Got it.
Right. So especially if you're running your own YouTube ads, you're going to make a lot of mistakes.
Right.
So get some education, whether that's through paid education or whether it's through spending time and paying time to research it all. Get educated first.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can spend a lot of money to get no results.
Okay, and I am going to definitely provide links. Marcus has got a free on-demand YouTube ads training that I'm sure is very helpful. And there's a way to book a strategy call with him. And so I'm sure that he can guide you even further on just what he offers and, like ways to be more educated if this is something that you want to do. Anything final that you feel like you need to say about YouTube ads?
It's better than Facebook ads.
Okay, that's fair.
They both have their place. I mean, we do Facebook ads as well, but especially
Right.
for retargeting purposes. But just make sure that your sales process, just make sure you constantly split testing. Just
Okay.
split test.
Okay.
If anything, like if you're gonna do paid advertising, I don't care if it's Facebook, I don't care if it's YouTube, whatever.
Right.
Split test your landing page creatives all the time.
Got it.
Always try to do it. And that's going to make you more money than anything else.
Okay.
Split testing.
Good advice. Okay, so before we close out for the show, let me just ask you a personal question. What TV show, podcast, book, like, are you binging right now that you can share with the audience?
Okay, so my TV show, I have a couple of things. That's all.
Okay.
So my TV show that I'm binging right now is Suits.
Oh, we just started that.
Oh,
is it good? We've watched one episode.
Yeah, with Harvey Specter and Mike Ross. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm binging Suits right now.
Okay. What season are you on now?
This is the second time I've watched it too.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's my TV show. Now books. So I'm a bit of a fantasy nerd.
Okay.
So I am reading R.A. I don't know if you heard R.A. Salvatore, but he has this massive fantasy series on. It's about this dark elf called Drist or whatever. I'm gonna get heaps nerdy now. So
okay.
Heaps fantasy series. It's like, man, probably like 20 books.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, and I'm going through his series right now, reading about this dark elf and how
reminds me kind of a series that my son read when he was in high school called the Redwall series. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Yeah, it was like a fantasy series with like all of these like animals, like fantasy animals, and it was the Redwall series, and he was so into them. It kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah.
So
that's
very cool.
And then I'm getting into Alex Hormozi's books. So
I started following him on LinkedIn recently.
Total man.
And I just bought his book, 100. Was it called 100? 100 million leads or something like that.
Yeah, $100 million offers.
Okay. Yes.
And I'm in the process of going through his book, $100 million leads.
Yeah, so, I just bought that one. That.
It's okay. So any coaches who are listening to this, your offer, right, is the most important part of your business. Okay? Yes. You guys need to read his book, $100 Million Offers. That book transformed our offer.
Wow, that's cool.
It transformed our offer to what it is today. Right. So
that's awesome.
His book, our current offer based off what he's talked about.
Okay.
And how he offers. And now I'm going through $100 million leads, right? Mm-hmm. I've applied already. I'm probably about halfway through, somewhere around there. I've already applied 2 things in his $100 million leads books.
Right.
And I've already seen an increase of 15% in my conversion rates.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah.
So you recommend the offers book first and then the leads book? Get
your offer first because you have your offer.
Yes.
And you want to work backwards.
Right.
A lot of people that go, who my avatar is and blah, blah, blah. That's cool. But you want to start with your offer, right? And then work backwards. Because if you start with your offer and you get a kick butt killer offer, right? You then know what problems it solves and what solutions it provides. And that's what I'm thinking. And you work backwards and you can create your messaging around that. And you can create your avatar, who the
Right.
offer's best for.
Right.
Right. So read the offers book, then read the lead gen book.
I'm going to go get the offers book when we get off this call.
Oh, sick. I love it.
Awesome. All right. So thank you so much, Marcus, for being here today. It was a pleasure talking to you. And yeah, I will we'll talk soon. I'll see you on the internet.
Thanks, Lori.
All right. Thank you. That's a wrap on today's episode. Thanks for listening to the Boosting Business Breakthroughs podcast. Want to hear more business breakthrough ideas? I'll be back next week with a new episode to help you grow your coaching business. If you enjoyed listening, make sure you subscribe, leave us a rating, and tell all your coach friends where to find us. Head over to boostingbusinessbreakthroughs.com to learn more. Thanks for listening, and remember, your next business breakthrough is waiting for you.